out of this world, the historic milestone from today's routine SpaceX mission.
And it'd be like going into a car dealership and the dealer says, well, this is a nice car, but you can't have it because I'm not going to sell it to you.
As the president takes aim at another campaign promise to fix a so-called disaster trading deal, the food producers who are worried about changes.
You know, this is what's happening with the community. This is how you feel about the gangs. How would you feel if we would increase the police patrols? This is what we've been asking for a long time.
Making his way through the ranks, the new police captain who continues connecting his officers to the community they serve. KPBS Evening Edition starts right now. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Ebony Monet. Today, Father Joe's Villages announced a countywide plan to address homelessness. The charity is proposing converting rundown motels and lots into affordable housing. The goal is to add 2,000 units. Father Joe's says with San Diego's low rental vacancy and high rents, it's very hard to get people off the streets.
I was homeless on the streets off and on for, we figured, maybe 14 years. I had been in and out of shelters, and I'd been on a lot of housing lists. The housing lists are astronomically long.
The project is about 75% funded. Father Joe's expects to start renovating motels this year and breaking ground on new buildings next year. A new smartphone app that sells bus and trolley tickets went live today. KPBS Metro reporter Andrew Bowen has more on what the app can do and what it can't.
The new app is called Compass Cloud, and it's going to make paying transit fares across San Diego County a lot easier for anyone with a smartphone. The app will be good for buying daily and monthly passes on the Metropolitan Transit System, which operates buses and trolleys, and on buses and trains run by the North County Transit District.
It's family friendly, so if you've got a family and one smartphone, you can download everybody's ticketing needs on one phone and then use them.
But for people who ride transit less frequently, the Compass Cloud app has limits. You can't use it to buy a single ride ticket. That's because MTS doesn't allow free transfers from one bus to another, and a single ride ticket could be used twice. Still, public transit fans are excited that MTS's outdated payment system is getting an upgrade.
The release of this app really has the potential to propel our transit system to levels on par with that of most other great metropolitan cities.
Now, the Compass Cloud app does have the capability to sell single ride tickets, but it's not clear exactly when that's going to happen. It may have to coincide with a much bigger change to MTS fare policy. Reporting at the Old Town Transit Station, Andrew Bowen, KPBS News.
A U.S. judge in Hawaii is keeping President Donald Trump's travel ban on hold while the state's lawsuit works its way through the courts. This is the latest defeat for the government after it pushed for a freeze on the nation's refugee program. The Trump administration is appealing the ruling. A bi-national delegation of San Diego and Baja California leaders are back in town after a 3-day trip to Mexico City. They convinced Mexican officials to commit to port of entry improvements and to collaborate on a trade and immigration-related legislation. KPBS Frontiers reporter Jean Guerrero was in Mexico City and has this recap.
The mayors of San Diego and Tijuana shared Mexican breakfast at the Four Seasons Hotel in Mexico City. They were part of a nearly 90-person delegation led by the San Diego Regional Chamber of Commerce. They were promoting the binational relationship amid tensions tied to President Trump's attacks against NAFTA and his planned border wall. I sat down with both mayors to ask why they made the trip.
So obviously there's a conversation happening on the national level, and it's important for us as local leaders to talk about what's working on the local level and the fact that we have such strong ties.
Mayor Faulkner says the San Diego-Tijuana region has become the world's largest manufacturing hub for medical devices because of cross-border trade. Tijuana Mayor Juan Manuel Gastelum says he was asking the Mexican federal government not to give up on cross-border trade.
We're trying to tell the federal government, Mexican federal government, we can work together, but we need your help. And that if we get your help, then we're together again.
The delegation met with the Mexican Senate, signing a memorandum of understanding to collaborate on Mexican legislation tied to immigration, trade, and ports of entry.
We'll be better able to inform you of what's actually happening in the region so that decisions made here are not done in a vacuum, but through collaboration.
Press conferences held by the delegation were packed to the brim with Mexican journalists because of the uncertainty regarding the U.S.-Mexico relationship. The delegation also met with high-ranking government ministers who promised to advocate for a southbound pedestrian entrance at Ped West in San Isidro, as well as other improvements to ports of entry in San Diego.
How much they depend on the interaction between...
Juan Ernesto Pardinas heads the Mexican Institute of Competitiveness and was an advisor to President Obama. He praised the cross-border bridge built between San Diego and Tijuana 2 years ago so that people can enter the Tijuana airport more easily from San Diego.
How could we multiply this example of very tangible cooperation between the two countries, the two economies, basically to make life easier for people both sides of the border?
Pardinas criticized Trump's wall as ineffective, calling it stupid. When I asked if he thinks the wall and cross-border infrastructure projects are mutually exclusive, he said yes.
If you use your money for one thing, you cannot use it for the other. So we just have to imagine what $20 billion could do for infrastructure in the U.S. in projects different than just building a tourist attraction like a border wall.
Delegation members say there's a lack of awareness about border realities in Washington, D.C. and Mexico City, both far away from the border. They say that's why these trips are so important. Jean Guerrero, KPBS News.
New guidelines today from the White House to Congress to renegotiate the North American Free Trade Agreement with Mexico and Canada. President Trump made a promise on the campaign trail to revamp the so-called disaster of a deal. Farmers, though, in the Midwest are anxious over any potential changes to NAFTA. In tonight's Harvest Media Report, Jack Williams says those changes could have serious economic implications.
Roy Smith has been around for a while. He grew corn and soybeans for nearly 50 years and still leases his land to a neighbor who continues to farm. Smith remembers well when the North American Free Trade Agreement, or NAFTA, took effect in 1994.
We plant fence row to fence row and have 200 bushel corn and still a way of consuming it.
Now, with President Trump's campaign promise to renegotiate NAFTA, Smith is nervous. He's afraid messing with the trade agreement could hit Midwest farmers the hardest.
You want your trading partners to be ready to buy, and it'd be like going into a car dealership and the dealer says, well, this is a nice car, but you can't have it because I'm not going to sell it to you. We want the answer to be, we'll have the product, you need the product, we'll trade and work it out.
NAFTA has been very good to Midwest ag producers. Export growth from Nebraska to Mexico grew by 181% between 2002 and 2015. A good portion of the state's corn and soybeans end up in Mexico and Canada. The same is true in other Midwest states like Iowa and Missouri. Economists worry with commodity prices already low, ripping up NAFTA could make things worse.
So I certainly would not like to see agricultural commodity prices dropping another 10, 20, 15%, which could happen if you had a trade skirmish, a trade war, renegotiation. I mean, it's troubling. I mean, I'm fearful of messing with something that, while it might not be the best deal that the U.S. can get, it is a pretty good deal.
He says in most cases, trade is not a zero-sum game. There are usually benefits of some sort that outweigh the negatives for every country involved in a unilateral trade agreement. He says he gets nervous when politicians get too involved in delicate trade issues.
They overestimate their capabilities. I'm the man, I'm the woman, I can do it. Well, I hope you can, because you're messing with something. It's sort of like Ernie Goss trying to fix an automobile. You might come up with an automobile that just doesn't run anymore.
In 2015, the U.S. had a nearly $60 billion trade deficit with Mexico, something President Trump thinks is unfair. He also believes NAFTA has cost American jobs. To make things more equitable, he's proposed a tariff of some sort on Mexican imports.
It is 20 years old. Some of the state of the economy 20 years ago when the negotiations were completed, more than 20 years ago, some of the economic transformation that we've seen since, there might be reasons to revisit the agreement and determine whether elements can be improved.
Back on the farm in southeast Nebraska, Roy Smith isn't asking for much.
Just be a good trading partner, be a reliable supplier, and do everything you can to generate good feelings between the various trading partners, whether it's NAFTA with Canada and Mexico or whether it's China.
It's a relationship Midwest farmers hope doesn't change anytime soon. For Harvest Public Media, I'm Jack Williams.
This Harvest Public Media report was made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Our coverage continues on the president's first 100 days in office. We will follow developments on his White House agenda on air and online at kpbs.org. There are new calls to help doctors cut through all the red tape and give them more time to take care of their patients. Today, this was expressed by doctors at an industry conference in San Diego. They say too many administrative tasks, like having to get prescription signatures for medications, are weighing them down and their patients too.
And so they needed what's called an insulin pen, and then we needed to do a prior authorization for that, and it took over 10 days to get that insulin authorized, and that patient ended up being hospitalized because their blood sugars got out of control while waiting for that authorization.
Hengel says she hopes to work with insurance companies to create better medical practices. The price of cigarettes is going up in California on April 1st. KPBS health reporter Kenny Goldberg tells us that's the day when the state will raise its tobacco tax by $2 a pack.
California voters gave their thumbs up to the tax increase last November when they approved Prop 56. Each pack of cigarettes will be taxed a total of $2.87. The tax on e-cigarettes will be 27.3% of the wholesale price. State regulators will raise that tax again on July 1st. Deborah Kelly is with the American Lung Association.
We know that youth are the most sensitive to price increases, so we really hope that this is going to be the key to turn around this alarming trend of kids using e-cigarettes.
The California Healthy Kids Survey shows teens in the 7th to 11th grades have the highest e-cigarette use of any age group. Kenny Goldberg, KPBS News.
California water managers say the springtime snowpack in the Sierra is substantial and healthy at the tail end of one of the state's wettest winters on record. Frank Gerke is the state's chief snow surveyor. He took the measurement today at Phillips Station near Lake Tahoe. He says there are some concerns over the amount of water locked away in the snow. All that can outpace reservoirs' capacity when it melts in the spring.
The pattern is very much, feast or famine. We have, really big years, and then we have potentially a period of dry years, and, we talk about average conditions, but they hardly exist in terms of California weather. It tends to be on the extremes.
The snow could cause flooding as it melts. Water managers say they're watching that possibility closely. The rest of the week is looking bright and sunny for San Diego. Erin Calendra has tonight's forecast.
Well, it's a bit cooler out there today. I'm sure you could feel the difference. It's actually about 10 degrees cooler because of a cold front that moved through the area. Taking a look at this radar, we see a little precipitation over Reno, moving to the northeast of us, down through Fresno, but it's certainly not going to impact us. In fact, if we look at this satellite, we see a lot of nothing, just a couple of clouds over Barango Springs. Other than that, everything is crystal clear. For tonight in the metro area, 57 degrees for your overnight low, partly cloudy skies. We do have a wind advisory to tell you about. We're actually going to have winds gusting from 40 to 60 miles per hour. This is in Nevada, Arizona, and in the California deserts. If you're traveling on I-5, I-10, or I-15, you need to be aware, both hands on the steering wheel because it could be a pretty bumpy ride, and we could see some power outages in places as well. San Diego County for tonight's forecast, we'll have Oceanside 46 degrees, San Diego at 57, Poway at 47, Ramona 40 degrees, and Barango Springs at 53. Here's that gusty cool wind moving through the region, causing those wind advisories and a couple of showers off to the northeast of us. As we look at this map, we see a lot of sunshine, warmer temperatures, and just pleasant conditions through the weekend. And your 5-day forecast for the coast: Saturday, plenty of sunshine, beautiful conditions, 71 degrees. On Sunday, more sun, clear, 72. And starting your work week, partly sunny skies, a bit chillier though at 67 degrees. Further inland, it's warmer, of course. Saturday, plenty of sunshine, 76 degrees. Sunday, more sun, 78 degrees. And on Monday, partly sunny skies, 72 for your high. In the mountains, a bit chillier as usual. Saturday, sunny and mild, 59 degrees. On Sunday, though, lots of sunshine, up in the 60s, 62 degrees. On Monday, partly sunny skies, 58 degrees for your high temperature. And in the desert, of course, it's going to be warm. And remember, a bit windy. Saturday, 87 degrees, sunny and warm. Sunday, sunny and warm, 89 degrees. And on Monday, lots of sunshine, 85 degrees. For KPBS, I'm Erin Calandra.
When was the last time you casually called a police officer about a problem in your community? That's the kind of open dialogue the new police captain in San Diego's Mid-City area says he wants to create between his officers and the community they serve. KPBS City Heights reporter Taryn Minto sat down with Captain Thomas Underwood.
It's a very good group. It's a really good command staff, probably the best since I've been around.
A new photograph hangs in the Mid-City Police Division lobby.
Chief Jarvis is very attached to Mid-City from when he was a captain here, so I think people just have that feeling about this division.
The portrait, placed just 2 rows below San Diego Police Chief Shelley Zimmerman's, is of Captain Thomas Underwood, who now leads the second busiest station in the city.
Really the only command I wanted to be at as a captain.
He's been on the job for about a month.
Right now it's just about getting to know the different people in the community. I want to establish those relationships where someone feels they can just pick up the phone if they have to.
The first thing you might notice about him is how young he looks, but the East County native has been with the department since 1993.
Most officers I see nowadays drink a lot of those energy drinks. I'm keeping it old school. I don't like the energy drinks, but I drink way too much coffee.
Underwood says he wanted to become a police officer right after his twin brother became a cop in a different city.
When he finally did get hired, I just saw, bought a new car, had money to go out. So I kind of thought, well, crap, if he can do it, I can do it.
Since then, he's held a number of positions with the San Diego Police Department.
So I was on SWAT when I was here at Mid-City, transferred down to Southern Division, Gang Suppression Unit. Training Division at the Academy, Crime Suppression Team. Sex Offender Unit, Vice Operations, Beach Lieutenant, Professional Standards Unit. I've always felt it's important to move around, see different communities, see different perspectives.
But Underwood says Mid-City is his home.
I love the people here, I love the officers, I love the communities, I love the work.
His first stint there started in the mid-90s, just after the substation opened. He explains back then the caseload in a neighborhood like City Heights could be intense.
I had complaints of someone selling narcotics out of a hotel room.
A suspect he was arresting at the time was wanted in another state, unknown to Underwood.
And he was obviously under the influence.
When he put the cuffs on him, the suspect fought back.
In the course of the fight, he ended up firing the gun, which went through him and then into me, and he was probably killed instantly at the time, and then I ended up taken around in the neck.
After having a bullet go through his neck and down his back, you'd think Underwood would have thought twice about returning to Mid-City, but he stayed on for a while then, came back for a bit later as a sergeant, and is now returning again as captain.
And I definitely never saw myself as a captain on the department when I first came on. And then to find out that I was actually going to go to the division I wanted to work, where I'd spent most of my career, I couldn't be happier. It just all worked out perfect.
They got to know the community, and the community got to trust them.
Longtime community member Maria Cortez says she was excited at the news, too. She remembered when Underwood was a sergeant who attended the neighborhood meetings she led.
He would write down notes and said, oh, you know, this is what's happening with the community. This is how you feel about the gangs. How would you feel if we would increase the police patrols? This is what we've been asking for a long time, and it finally happened.
That reputation stretches north to Pacific Beach, where Underwood was promoted to lieutenant before making captain.
He attended every single Pacific Beach Town Council monthly meeting with enthusiasm.
The neighborhood town council president Greg DeNoris says Underwood was effective in his role.
He was a great source of information and a very, very approachable person.
So we put him to the test. We collected your questions from social media and posed them to the new captain.
We want to listen to their concerns and that we are going to do our best to address those concerns.
From Facebook user Bo Diego, how come curfew sweeps only take place in certain neighborhoods like City Heights?
It's the same citywide. If you have a juvenile who's involved and out after 10 o'clock and if they somehow come to the attention of a police officer from a radio call or whatever, then that officer has an obligation to contact that juvenile's parents and make sure they know where they are and bring them back home.
Amanda wanted to know, how is he going to make people who are living in the country illegally feel comfortable speaking to the police?
If it's a traffic stop, if you're the witness in something, if you're the victim of something, we are absolutely not going to inquire about what your status is. We don't care.
And finally, one poster wondered, why don't more cops get out of their cars and talk with the community?
Sometimes if you feel like an officer's not doing that enough, it's probably because they're going from radio call to radio call.
The next question is, how long will Underwood remain at Mid-City? The previous captain was there for just less than a year, and at least 3 of the names that rank above Underwood were former Mid-City Division captains or lieutenants.
Chief Zimmerman, I think, was lieutenant Mid-City as well.
So does he see his portrait moving up among the pictures of the commanding staff?
I am completely happy where I'm at.
We'll be sure to check back. Taryn Mento, KPBS News.
For a list of community meetings where you can meet the captain or another local officer, go to kpbs.org. Coming up tonight on PBS NewsHour, start sooner than later, a few ways you can teach your kids how to manage their money.
What would you do? You can either save it.
Oh my gosh, I know which one.
Which one? Tell me.
I'm under the table.
Spend.
All 3 in here.
In saving? Wow.
And what are you saving for?
College. College in high school.
Plus, what North Carolina's new bathroom bill means for the LGBTQ community. That's tonight on PBS NewsHour, starting at 7, right here on KPBS.
3, 2, 1. Liftoff, Falcon 9.
Up and away. A routine SpaceX launch from the Kennedy Space Center marks another milestone for the private company. The Falcon 9 rocket blasted off just hours ago on a mission to deliver a communications satellite into orbit. This is the first time SpaceX is using a recycled rocket from another mission. This may signal the end of an era when rockets were left to burn up or splash down into the ocean. The rocket was the first used to launch Dragon spacecraft last year. The world's first reflight of an orbital-class rocket ended with a successful landing back on Earth. The national park is asking people visiting Joshua Tree National Park to watch out for tortoises. 3 desert tortoises have been killed by cars in the past week. The stellar spring bloom has attracted lots of human visitors and tortoises. Humans come for the view, but for tortoises, it's a good feeding opportunity. Park officials say objects that may look like a rock or a branch on the ground could be one of the Joshua Tree's resident animals. The desert tortoise is a threatened species and in the wild can live up to 80 years. Researchers at the San Diego Natural History Museum have discovered a new species of spider in Baja. They're part of a team who, along with experts from Mexico and Brazil, found the spider in several caves and mines on the peninsula. They're calling it the Sierra Cacachias wandering spider, and it's related to one of the deadliest spiders in the world. One of the scientists at the NAT says in his 20 years of working with spiders, spiders. This is the first one to bite him.
I was trying to get one into a jar that might have been a little small for it, and so she came out and bit me in the finger. And I was with a couple of other Mexican crew from the CIVNOR down there. It's a research facility. And they knew the story about this thing and how it's related to the Brazilian wandering spider. And so they got really concerned. And, you know, if you start feeling funny or weird, let us know. We'll get you to the hospital. I said, tell my wife I love her. You know?
Turns out the spider is not deadly, and Barron is fine and no superpowers yet. The NAD says they've got a lot of work ahead. Researchers estimate that there are about 3 to 6 million species of insects and spiders on the planet, and only about 1 million of them have been named. Now, here's a look at what we're working on for tomorrow in the KPBS newsroom. On Morning Edition, just not enough people getting on the bus, a North County proposal to cut bus routes. And on Midday Edition, the Roaring 20s back on center stage. Think cabaret with a modern twist. That's tomorrow on KPBS Radio. You can find tonight's stories on our website, kpbs.org/evening edition. Thanks for joining us. Have a great evening.